Hello everybody, welcome back to Shadowrun Hong Kong. I am going to talk to this troll. Hi. A troll of European descent stands by a rack of flowers, flower bulbs, decorative grasses, and similar accoutrements. Is that with an ER or is it RE? I don't know. I've never actually seen that. I don't think I've ever actually seen that word written out before. He watches several security officers in the main plaza, but looks away as you approach. His name tag reads Danny Spanecki. Spanecki? Spanecki. And his expression is one of abject boredom. When he speaks, it's in a flat monotone. Hello, and welcome to the Eightfold Floral Sanctum, providing feng shui for your heart. How may I be of service? Wait. That's too close to Rochter's accent, I think. But I can't do... I mean, I already know I can't do an Italian accent, so I'm not gonna... although his little outfit here that's not equal to that, because that is a stock character model that they got there. This is a flower shop? Danny nods, rocking back and forth on his heels. That's right. We provide bouquets, wreaths, funeral floral arrays, trellises, ikebana, cascades, nosegays, assorted topiary. Services include consultation, arrangement, event planning, and hypoallergenic gene-spliced floral variants. He plows ahead, deadpan voice never once betraying a hint of emotion. Remember, if you can dream it, we can create it. No job is too big, no detail too small for the Eightfold Floral Sanctum. Remember us in happy times and sad, weddings and funerals, anniversaries and divorces. Feng Shui of the heart. You're not local? That's right. I'm from Chicago. Brother's a big shop manager with few sheets, so when they moved him out here to Hong Kong, I thought I'd open a flower shop, you know, Japanese building, the love ikebana. From Chicago. Brother's a big shop manager. I don't know what a Chicago accent really actually sounds like either, because I've never been outside of the, well, I have, but I haven't like stayed outside of the northeastern US for longer than like a week before, so you're not enjoying it very much. He cocks his head, looking genuinely confused. What? Nah, I love this place. People are so polite. Everything's orderly. Has routine. Business is great. You won't believe the number of people who want floral arrangements in Hong Kong. Oh, wait. You must mean my voice. It's just the way I talk. I'm sorry if it puts you off, but it's really a lovely building and a lovely city. How'd you get into flowers? Just sort of happened. You know how it is. One thing leads to another. Sooner or later, you find yourself in a foreign country, selling flowers to corporate executives who wouldn't give you the time of day if you were in their home country. You know, because you're a troll. He nods, and the barest hint of a smile graces his lips. I goblinized, my brother didn't, so the non-Japanese branches of Fushi are okay with him being an executive. My mom always seems to think I resent him for it, but why would I? He's making all that money in a big boring office, and I get to be down here, interacting with customers. Isn't that great? Right. What's with the guards? They're not letting anyone out of the building unless they have executive clearance. Something about a security situation? He shrugs. Not my business. Is there some other way out? He nods toward Lily. She's tired and needs a nap, doesn't she? Children get so tired when you spend all day shopping. She must be getting irritable. Gobbet grins brightly. You're so right, Danny. She's downright fussy. Lily's eyes shoot daggers. She grits her teeth, only managing to growl her words out with great effort. Yes, I am very, very tired. Is that all? There's nothing... Great. So, I have a feeling we are about to get into some combat, because it doesn't seem like we have a way of getting around any of these people. Red-haired elf. Can we talk to anybody in here? No? Yes, no? Maybe? No? How about you, red-haired elf? Oh, God. Across the plaza, a number of guards are arrayed near the exit. Their faces are attentive, and their eyes scan the crowd every few seconds. People who pass near them have their IDs checked and are noted down on the commander's PDA. Uh-oh. Wu shifts uneasily, casting his gaze around the rest of the plaza. There's no way we're getting past those guards without a fight. Either we shoot first, or we stay the hell away from them. Maybe we can find another way out of this plaza level, or at least some kind of distraction we can make. Let's look around. There's got to be something we can use. Yeah, thanks. I figured that much. Is this me? You look pretty similar to me, at least. A different hairstyle. Oh. An elf is casually perched against a counter near the back of the store. In her right hand, she holds a delicate ceramic teacup filled with a pink-tinted tea. Her eyes are closed. She brings the cup up to her nose and swirls its contents, inhales. Then, with a single confident flick, she flings the teacup's liquid over her shoulder. It hits the ground with a splash. You notice the ground behind the counter is wet. Very wet. Looks like this wasn't the first cup of tea to grace the floorboards. Oh, hi there. The elf's eyes flutter open. She turns to you with a sad frown on her face. Really thought I had it that time. Had what? The perfect aroma to accompany my new tea. I call it an existential crisis while stargazing at dawn. Or peach dew. I'm torn between the two. I've nearly got it. The taste is there, but the smell... A lock of red hair tumbles onto her cheek. I guess I'll have to brew another batch, but this time, maybe a hint more cinnamon. She shakes her head and looks at you. Her disappointment quickly transforms into a wide-eyed, beaming smile. She leans in close. My name's Wichita Red, but you can just call me Red. What brings you to my tea shop? Tea. Her smile broadens into a toothy grin. She raises her hands and points backward over her shoulders to the racks of tea canisters behind her. I've got you covered, buddy. Oh, have I ever. I've got every type of tea you've ever heard of, and then some you haven't. Black, white, yellow, green, red, herbal, oolong, fermented, infused, raw, dried, fresh, strong, subtle, blanched, kosher. Oh, that reminds me. I just received, not 2 hours ago, a shipment of a super rare purple green tea. You might have heard it referred to by its nickname, Purine tea. I know it sounds strange. She pitches her voice and pretends to be talking as she wiggles her hands by her head. But Red, green tea can't be purple. It's green. Oh, okay. Her voice returns to normal. Well, you'd be right. But this green tea has been turned purple by the blessing of an Appalachian monk, which also imbues the tea with restorative powers. No joke. Purine tea can boost the immune system by 300%. But the effect only lasts as long as it's in your system, and let's be real, it doesn't come cheap. If that sounds a little out of your price range, I've also got a broad selection of tea accessories, like this brand spanking new kettle cleaner. She grabs a small device from behind the counter and raises it for your inspection. She gently depresses the contraption's handle with her fingertip, and the machine responds with a hushed whirring noise. Would you like me to demonstrate? How about I come back later? Oh, no problem. Definitely, I'll be here all day, so you can come on by when you're ready. Until then, is there anything else I can help you with? How about this building? What about it? Can you point me to an alternate exit? Her eyes dance over the ceiling as she thinks. There is the drone room, but only employees with the door code can get through it, so I'm afraid you'll just have to use the front door like everyone else. I doubt that many people here remember the combination anyway. If you haven't noticed, Icon Tower is full of secured areas. It takes a special person to keep track of all those codes. I have a hard time believing someone with a memory for T's like you is unable to remember something as simple as a 4-digit code. She carefully pours herself a cup of freshly brewed tea. Her eyes stay locked onto the steaming liquid. You're absolutely right, but unfortunately for you, I love my job and wouldn't jeopardize it for anything. Inventing original brews must be pretty costly. All those failed batches and wasted ingredients. Maybe we can help each other out. Her eyes glance at the Nuyen on the table. She mutters to herself, I really could use a new steam infuser. It really brings out the subtler flavors of the herbs. She thrusts her arms into the air and stretches them above her head in an exaggerated yawn. As her arms drop, her hand lands on your proffered cred stick, and she slides it slowly toward herself. With a quick tuck into her pocket, she swipes the stick and hands it back. She removes a pen from her jacket and busily scribbles something on the back of the tea sample packet. Red's mouth curls into a mischievous smile. Drone room door. This ought to get you through it. Thanks. 990. Really? 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 Well, let's try. Let's also see what's over here. Anything? No? See, it would be less obvious if you had more NPCs to actually interact with. Like, if we could talk to all these people who are in all of these other spots, it would be a little bit more interesting to kind of try and talk our way into getting the door code. But, as it stands, you know, it's... It is a free DLC that they gave to everybody. So, can't complain too much about that, I guess. I don't know. It's just, it's a very little thing that I think would, I can't, I think it would go a long way toward making the, RPG aspect of this RPG a little bit more, you know, just in-depth kind of thing. Let's go. Yeah, we're okay. We're okay with that. What do we got? Are we actually getting out of here, or... You lead Lily and Lai out of Icon Tower, taking care to ensure that the public street in front of you is clear of guards. Central Hong Kong is surprisingly quiet. There's very little foot traffic at this hour, and only the occasional delivery van rolls by on the street in front of you. Time to make contact with the mercenaries working for Yamatetsu and hopefully get clear of the Fushi forces behind you. Ugh. I find it very hard to believe that we're going to get through this without getting into any combat at all. So, yeah, that was easy. I do that dramatic thing where I look at you all suspiciously and say, too easy. But let's be honest, this is real life. Sometimes real life gives you freebies. She takes note of her surroundings. We're close now, almost free from this stupid tower. I think we made a good impression so far, don't you? Yeah, that ought to teach Fushi not to... not to fuck with me. Her hands clamp down on her mouth. Ooh, please don't tell my uncle I said that. Please, I'd never hear the end of it. Gonna have to wash her mouth out with soap. Let's, well, let's drop a save, because you never know. You never know what's gonna get in your way. And we've got a bunch of people. Oh yeah, there's just a bunch of people over here. This is gonna go wrong. Near guaranteed. A large, heavily armored mercenary steps forward. You notice the high-tech assault rifle in his right hand, its barrel pointing toward the ground. The man looks ready to shoot at a moment's notice. He peers down at Lily, and his pupils flicker like a camera shutter. The mercenary speaks, a rumbling sound, but his mouth is covered from sight by a tall coat collar. Miss Lillian Lai. His pupils flicker again as they enlarge to examine the girl. Lieutenant Vergara. Lily moves to clap him on the side, but due to her height, she ends up smacking his hip. She looks awkwardly up at him and scowls. You and yours had better save me from this nightmare, Lieutenant. Am I right to assume to assume that you're the one who'll be... When you have, like, I've said this before, I'm sure, but, like, when all of your narrative, all of your character interactions, all of your exposition is delivered through text, you really need to hire a decent copy editor. Like, someone who can catch all of this, because it's just so it's stilted and awkward. It stops the reader. And it all adds up. Like, it's so prevalent. It's so like, it can't just be me. It can't, like, I recognize that I tend to care more about, like, grammar and spelling and, like, proper punctuation and stuff than a lot of people on the internet do. But it can't just be... I can't be the only person who notices this kind of stuff. Like... Mercenary's green eyes narrow. Yeah. Uncle. He looks warily over his shoulder. We need to get a move on, Masalai. Somewhere safe. We're too exposed here. You ready? I'll have the pilot bring his copter. Shit. You hear the leather grip of the assault rifle squeak as Vergara's grip tightens. With his other head, he points past you. Not fast enough. Yeah, of course. Whoa. That's quite a lot of people. An exceptionally calm elf strides to the front of the Fushi security forces. He's slight in build compared to the guards surrounding him, but he has an awareness about him that suggests the quick reflexes of a skilled adept. His voice is quiet, languid. It seems to command the attention of those listening. That will be far enough. He gives you a shallow bow. I am Captain Huang. My men and I are here to retrieve what you've stolen from us. A sane Canara stands next to him, half-eaten sub sandwich in one of her hands. Hey! Kind of surprised you managed to get out of the building. Gavit's body goes tense. She tilts her chin upward and sniffs the air, nose flaring. In one fluid motion, she's at your side, leaning toward you, her narrowed eyes homed in on Insane's sub. Meatball. Extra cheese. Insane tilts the sub toward you with a nod. She begins talking, but her words are difficult to make out, in no small part due to the sandwich stuffed inside her mouth. Yeah. Lunch. Sorry for calling in the cavalry, but you know how it is. I'm still on the clock. Captain Huang's hand flies up and swats the sandwich from Insane's grasp. It hits the ground with a muffled splat. Marinara sauce puddling on the ground around it. Insane stares at the sub, her mouth frozen mid-chew, hand now clutching air. Huang gives her a smile, but his eyes remain hard. Like you said, on the clock. Vergara steps forward. This is a public street. Last I checked, Fushi doesn't hold any territory rights to Queensway. We really want to start a fight out here. Huang arches an eyebrow. The corner of his mouth curls up in amusement. It's common knowledge that Yamatetsu's position on the Executive Council is weaker than Fushi's. We'll pay whatever fine we accrue, and small cost to keep you from kidnapping her. He nods toward Lily, whose tiny body is almost completely hidden behind Vergara's bulky frame. Duncan drags his hand over his face in frustration. You're calling us kidnappers? Fushi took Lily first. Hell, we found her locked up inside a room here, in a Fushi building. Oh, is that what you were told? Then I understand your confusion. You see, Miss Lillian is not from Yamatetsu. Rather, she's under the employ of Fushi, and a company executive, no less, vice president of her division. They must be pretty desperate if they've resorted, well, that's... Insane purses her lips and nods thoughtfully. Gotta agree there. Some sort of program for school credit or something? Vergara cuts in, his patience thinning. Don't let this suit get you. No, he's not lying, but he's also leaving out important details. Lillian isn't a child. She's a woman turned child. The lieutenant points an accusing finger at Huang. By Fushi. What do you mean by that? Corporation offered Lillian a series of leonization treatments. You may have heard of, You may have heard of the process. It's a complex method of rejuvenating a subject and returning them to health and fitness of a much younger person. Sort of a fountain of youth, if you will. What these dogs didn't tell her is she was their guinea pig for a new experimental ionization procedure. They fucked up. Look at her. Experiment made her too young. Damaged her genetic makeup. Now, I'm dying. Her voice is suddenly quiet and serious. Not only do I look like a teenager, their treatment gave me a host of autoimmune disorders. Her small figure steps out from behind Vergara. She raises her hands in a loose shrug. So what's the girl to do? Fushi Medical Services are no help. Said they can't cure me, but Yamatetsu here can. Truth is, Kira, that Fushi locked me up inside my own goddamn penthouse. Didn't want their botched experiment getting out. A rage seizes her body, and Lily whips her head toward Huang. To hell with that! I want to live! I didn't spend my life in servitude to Fushi to end it in unbirth. She doubles over, her hands clutching her knees to stay upright as a deep cough racks her body. The anger fades from her face, which turns a gentle pink from the strain of coughing. She looks at you, her eyes tired, and speaks through intermittent coughs. You're not rescuing me, you're extracting me. But the mission remains the same. I need to be taken to a safe place. I need to be delivered to Yamatetsu. There's been something weird about this. You've been dragged into quite a mess, Shadowrunner, but you're still being deceived. His calm voice cuts through the air, and the Fushi troops behind him cease their muttering to listen. Fushi can save her. However, Miss Lai has been fed misinformation from Yamatetsu. Lieutenant Vergara's knuckles whiten as his fists clench tight. His stare is venomous. More Fushi lies. True, I purposefully withheld the details before, but only to prevent the situation from getting too bogged down with irrelevancies. It seems I now have no choice. He opens his arms in a harmless gesture. Lillian, Yamatetsu is not here to save you. They are here to acquire you, dissect you, learn what processes Fushi used to make you what you are today, and steal that knowledge for themselves. We have proof of this. Our communications engineers have been tapping these Yamatetsu shoulders comlinks. Their orders are quite clear. Vergara rounds on Lily, his voice desperate. Are you seriously going to believe this man after what Fushi did to you? He's just biding his time. Probably has backup reinforcements on the way here now. We need to move. Now. Miss Lai, should you leave with this crew, you'll be walking to your death. We have undeniable proof of Yamatetsu's motives behind this extraction. I'll gladly share our records of this with you. You deserve to know. Fushi can help you, Miss Lai. Perhaps even reverse the process. We can't guarantee you'll recover completely, but perhaps a little. And at the very least, you'll be alive. Think about it. Alive, we can reinstate some of your privileges. Give you some freedom back. You could live functionally again under Fushi's care. You're valuable to us, Lillian. We would not kill you like Yamatetsu would. You can't be sure that this so-called proof is real. You wouldn't even find out until you were back in their possession, and by then it'd be too late. Come with us. Yamatetsu wants to help you, Lily. We'll use all of our resources to figure out what they've done to you and to keep you alive. With what we learned from you, we could even go on to perfect this kind of leonization. And we can use this technology to surpass Fushi in biological sciences. You probably should have stopped talking. No! The sound of Lily's shrill voice rings in your ears. She stands apart from Vergara now. Her eyes dart back and forth between the lieutenant and the captain. You both suck! What do you want to do? Neither of these men care about me. I'm just a thing to them. Property to be fought over. Maybe neither one can help me. Maybe neither should. Or maybe it'd be better if I just died. I don't know. What do you think? Oh boy. That is quite the decision to make. Because we haven't seen proof one way or the other, so I can't make a really informed decision. Buh. Puh. Buh, 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 buh. Jeez, I don't... Man, buh, 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 buh. Neither one of these corporations deserve to get their hands on you. I mean, there's no reason that they would need her alive. Like, there really isn't. Neither one of the... If I've learned anything about all this, it's to never trust a corporation. Both are making such pretty promises to save my life, but it's all hot air. They'll each say whatever I wanted to hear to keep me out of each other's hands. For all I know, they could pop me one in the back of the head as soon as we're behind closed doors, shove me in a freezer, peel me apart layer by layer. I can't take that chance. I'm already dying. I got a weak tops. I'd rather die than let either one of these corps take me into their custody. Don't be stupid. The girl's just confused. We're taking her back to Yamatetsu. Huang's even expression temporarily contorts into one of confusion. A moment later, it washes away into a simple frown. Miss Lai, my direct orders are to retrieve you on behalf of Fushi, by force if necessary. She raises her right hand, all but one of her fingers folded down. Just try it. Oh, hey. Sane distractedly tugs on her halfway rolled up sleeves. What's in it? She's not wearing sleeves. Oh. A dossier with plans to blackmail you into Fushi exclusive work that ends in a suicide mission. She balks and her eyes bore into you. You got her attention now. Bullshit! You want it? It's yours. She stands stock still. She continues to stare at you as if evaluating whether or not you can be trusted. After a brief moment, her shoulders relax. Alright, I'm in. No one plays me like that. And even if that file's full of nothing but old coupons and grocery receipts, I got a bone to pick with Fushi. She cracks her knuckles. Those assholes made me drop my sandwich. Let's do this. Oh boy. So, I have to kill all of them. Ah! That's not great. Well, okay, we're gonna... Hoo boy. We are in some major trouble here, actually, I think. But, we're gonna get everybody set up, ready to go. Oh, God. Just look at all these. Just look at them. This seems like as good a time as any to pull out the double red, actually. Just get as much as we can to kind of help us out here. Let's pop that. Great. Great. You know, that's okay. We do have this gas grenade. It's... You get 3 of them with it. And... We could get those 3, but... Or these 2. Wait, there's a third person over there who's just outside of the range of being able to hit all of them. And then there's 2 down here as well. Great. Man. Boy. Whoo boy. Okay, well... Let's try that. He missed, of course. And, of course. Crying out loud. Alright, well, let's get you over here, because we don't want... Really don't want, don't want to stay too grouped up, because that means we're gonna get, like, just blasted on all sides. Yeah. We don't have any good positioning, like, at all, though. Like, we are not in the best of locations. Don't want to try to... that's gonna miss. Yep. Not surprised. Not surprised. Try... Of course that can't hit all three of them. I'll try that. We got two of them at least. And then have the drone slash at him. Yeah. And saw blade. Missed, of course. Try to smack him. He recovered. Great. All the more reason to take him out first. Alright. Oh, so we got a free turn. Cool. Alright. Well, we're going to call it here. And then we're going to take our next turn trying to not get horrifically murdered by all of these people who want us dead. So, that's great. Look forward to that. I'll drop a quick save just in case everything goes wrong. Yeah, thank y'all for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!